Hello, welcome to Living Faith Midweek Devotions. As we continue in our series, God's Calling for Our Life, we turn to Paul's letter to the Thessalonians, chapter 4, and I want to share some verses with you. But before I get to that, I want to talk to you about how you win the respect of those who you don't know, or those on the outside of your faith, those who do not believe the same thing as you. That's exactly what Paul is addressing here. We've talked about how work is a privilege already, and how every single contribution that you do, that you make, it matters. But today, that the way we do contribute to life, the way we do contribute to work, is important. Look at what Paul says in verses 9 through 12 of 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. Now about your love for one another, we do not need to write to you, for you yourselves have been taught by God to love each other. And in fact, you do love all of God's family throughout Macedonia. Yet we urge you, brothers and sisters, to do so more and more, and to make it your ambition to lead a quiet life. You should mind your own business and work with your hands, just as we told you, so that your daily life may win the respect of outsiders, and so that you will not be dependent on anybody. There's some interesting thoughts in here that Paul is directing us towards. The ones that stick out to me are to make it our ambition to lead a quiet life and to work with our hands, so that your daily life may win the respect of outsiders and that you will not be dependent on anybody. Make it your ambition to lead a quiet life. What is Paul talking about there? Well, he's talking about don't try to make your life a show. Don't be so proud and pompous that you're just pushing your life and your agenda onto people. But to just serve quietly. To serve behind the scenes or even in the front, but not all about you or trying to get recognition, but to do it just to love others. To do it just to serve and love God, like we talked about before too. To do it not because somebody's eyes are on you, but to do it out of service for the Lord. To do it quietly, not in their face, not expecting something in return, but to just do it out of love for them. To work with your hands, to get down and dirty, to actually be down in the trenches in people's lives and to help them. And as you do that by serving the Lord, and then in return you'll be actually serving others, you will win the respect of others. Not by trying to get into their business, not by trying to control the agenda of their life, not by telling them how they need to live, but by living your life out of love for Jesus, by doing that quietly, not preaching on a street corner, shouting your beliefs so that others follow you, but rather by living your life as an example, by doing it out of reverence for the Lord, by not being dependent on others, but showing that your life is blessed by the Lord and that it's a privilege to serve others, that it's a privilege to work, it's a privilege to serve the Lord. Work at it with your hands, getting down and dirty. But make it your ambition to lead a quiet life, not trying to control others, but living a life out of an example for living for the Lord. And you will win the respect of outsiders. Which means they will show, or they will see that you love Jesus, and they will want to be a part of that. They want to learn about Jesus and who this guy is too, because we stand out differently than the way the world stands out. Because it's not about us. It's about Jesus. And Jesus is about serving others too. God bless you, others, as you serve others and win their respect for Jesus. Amen.